Hi, this is Mac with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and today is Tuesday, May the 22nd, and we're going to do our chart lesson for today. Let me show you something real quick. Do you remember yesterday when I told you I drew this line, and then I cloned it or copied it, and I drug it to the top, and I told you I thought that was going to be the price action, and the reason we hadn't sold off yet is because we hadn't touched that line. And again, just to show you that line, there it is, and just to show you how well this works. And I drug it to the top. Remember, if you don't remember, go back and watch yesterday's chart lesson, and look what we got right there. And you know, that's where prices turned every time off that line. And then if you clone that and drag it down to here, it gives you that line. I got it off just a hair there. Actually, I think I had this line off just a little. Heck, let me just show you that again. Let's copy this line, drag it up here, and then we'll make another copy of it, get rid of that one, and drag it right here. And look at that. It's like magic. And I say that half jokingly, but I'm just going to tell you there's no explanation for it. All I can tell you is it works, and I use it over and over and over, and it always gives me a clue to where to be looking for something to happen. And so that's how I found the channel today. Easy as 1, 2, 3 if you know what you're doing. It's not easy if you've never done it before. But watch what I do with these trend lines, learn our trend line techniques, and I mean, there's a geometry to the market, and that's the only thing I can tell you. And it's real, it works, and you better pay attention to it if you're not. So anyway, here's our first entry today. Let me show you this. Again, we're talking geometry here. There's your first leg, and then you got a little correction in there, and then there's your second leg. And it's not quite a perfect measured move, but it's close enough. That's just a two-legged move back. So this, on a bigger picture, this is a second entry long right off this trend line that's been holding all yesterday and today. And that's a nice little reversal bar. And if you went long right there, right at the open, that's a beautiful entry right there. Easy move. Any of your runners would have been easily safe, and you could have ridden this out from 14 all the way to 26, so that's about a 12 point move. If you got all of it, obviously you're not going to get all, but you should have got most of it. So you should have got 10 to 12 points out of that. Easy trade. And if you missed that one, here it was again, another chance right there. And this is also a breakout pullback, because here's your highs right across there. Look, we broke out, pulled back, and it's also a double bottom. Look at there. There's so many reasons to enter that trade right there, but the biggest one is at a key entry point off this trend line that's been turning prices for 2 days. Here it was all yesterday afternoon. Here it is this morning in the pre-hours. Here it is at the open. It's a great place to enter, and there's a lot of trap shorts probably right here because people thought that trend line wasn't going to hold, and they got short right in there, and all they did was get tricked. And this is why I'm always saying, don't be counter trend trading. Wait till you get a proven pattern. And what we needed to see was at least a couple of touches off of this line right here, and you can see we finally got a 1, 2. This one didn't get quite as close. This one didn't get as close. This is a lower low, or a lower high, another lower high, double top right there. The closes are way down here. So this is a double top. This is really a triple top right across here after the market is way overdone. And so this was a short. We were kind of in a trading range here by this time. You could see the double bottom here. So there was a good short here if you saw it and took it. It wasn't a counter trend trade by this time really, because we did have a trend line break. We had a new high. We had gone into this range. We had a triple top. We had a failed break above this former little triple top here. lots of reasons to be thinking long right here, and that's where I would have drawn my line right there. So that's a failed breakout actually. You could have even taken that one. I didn't like that one because it was still, we didn't have enough reason to be thinking turnover yet. But when we made two lower highs here and made this little double top at a lower high, that was a good setup. And this nice reversal bar, look how it broke above these little two matching bars and then closed on its low. So there's a great entry. You may not have got any runners out of that one, unfortunately, but if you entered down here on this breakout pullback short, there was still plenty of room left to scalp out before we got down to this line, but the odds were, because of this break here and this new high, that we maybe were going to come down to this line, and boy, was that a fast move down. So great setup right there. Look, this is a two-legged, let me back out where you can see this because I want this to be real clear too. There's multiple reasons to enter here. This is a breakout. Look, we broke out, we pulled back and tested that twice. So that's a double test on a breakout pullback short. That's a reason to enter. Secondly, it's a two-legged pullback to the EMA. One leg back, pull back, second leg back. It's a double top in a market that's making lower highs and lower lows now. We're looking for prices to at least come to this line and probably come to this line. And this support area down here, look, there's nothing. There was never a test of this breakout area. So that's another clue that prices are going to come back, because if you put this line down here, look, we never really came back and tested that real well. So you know at some point they're going to try to come back and test that. And that's what this is right here. They came back and tested it, and look what happened. It bounced. So several different reasons to enter short right there. Now several reasons to enter long. This is the trend line from yesterday that had been turning prices. But not only that, you've got this low across in here that makes this a test of this area right across here. So it's a breakout pullback retest. So you got that going for it. If you didn't enter here, and I can understand why a lot of people would be scared of that. Look how bearish that is, but look how far away that is from that EMA. A lot of reasons for this to snap back right here. I'll be honest with you, I bought this blindly. I didn't even wait on the reversal. I just bought it blindly, and it went a few ticks against me, but it didn't stop me out, and that was a great trade because my break-even stops are way down here. So I was able to get several points out of that before it reversed and came back down again. But I bought it again right there and did the same thing all over again. And I didn't buy this one blindly, though. I waited till we got a little bounce and went along above that bar, and there it goes. And so another couple of points. So that was two easy trades, and that was done for the day. And I traded a little later today than I usually did. I made some good money here, but I didn't. There weren't any runners or anything up here, and the market was really starting to move. I was really thinking we might sell off, and we really have two legs here, and this one was way overdone. So I just didn't stop trading today, and I just waited on these nice setups. I was patient. I didn't try to trade all this chop and all this junk. I waited for the key entry points. And this one was really tempting right here, but the trend was down now, and I probably should put this trend line on here. And if you drew that right across there, no reason to be thinking getting long in here because of that trend line right there. We've had our retest, things are working down, and so no reason to be thinking long in here at this point. I'm looking for prices to either stay in. I really thought we may stay in this trading range, but no, we sold off and made another leg down. It's not really a measured leg on this one, but it's two legs down. There's the first leg, you can see, and even if you start the leg down there, it's way overdone. So, but that was a good reason to be thinking come back this way on this one, and but it's way too late in the day to be trading. And if you clone this line, which you should do, and move it down here, you can see that's way overdone. We way overshot that prices, but you can see it hesitating along that line, and you can see that line coming into play. It held on this side, and then it held on the other side, so that's a good sign that it's a valid line. And you can see this one, you could have even drawn it back here, Still got the same exact thing. So always clone your lines and look for the other side. And my guess is if you drag it on down here, well, not really. That's just an overshoot. That's all you can call that for now, is we just overshot that right there. And sometimes the market gets overheated in one direction or another, but that was a great chance to go long down here. When you get that far away from the EMA and you've been moving that far away from it for that long, especially when it's an overshoot. And I'll just show you this too. I'm sure you can get a steeper trend line right down through there. And I believe that's it right there. And you see we broke the trend line, went down to a new low. And my guess is if you copy that, I wasn't trading this, so I'm just looking at it after the fact, but there it all is. Same thing. There's your little channel right there. And you broke it right here, went to a new low, and then boom, reverse. Look, so if you just draw your trend lines and wait for the break and the new low, that'll keep you trading. Once you saw this break here, it was getting risky going short any longer. So didn't mean you had to go long either. Just don't be going short any longer, because you know a reversal's coming soon, so be on the lookout for it. So hopefully all that makes sense. And I'm telling you, there's something to the market geometry. It's real. It works. Don't, anybody tells you different. I mean, I can show you these lines like this all day long, and you don't want to get so many on here. I mean, I take lines off during the day as they start to, what I'll do is I'll make me a line like this, and I just move it around all day so that I don't have them cluttering up my chart. I just pull them where they're relevant to me and leave them there until they're not relevant, and then I move them around, or I'll erase them. I may erase these and draw a new one. So, but anyway, that was pretty much it for the day. I'm going to wrap it up. There were some trades in here if you saw them and you were still trading, but if you didn't catch this move right here, it was really dangerous entering anywhere down through there. And even though the market's going and going and going, what happens is you finally don't decide to enter till right here, and the next thing you know, it's rocketing against you. So don't chase the market. If you miss this entry, just like right here, if you caught this entry, that's great, but if you didn't catch it here, you missed it. So don't be trying to enter anywhere down through here, because you're just asking for trouble, because eventually it's going to snap back. And generally when it snaps back, it's really quick and volatile, and just like those and just like that right there. And so be very careful. Don't chase the market, because if you do, I'm telling you, you'll pay the price and you will just lose your money. So enter at the valid points, the key entry points. Again, I say this a lot, but I'll say it again for anybody new. The key entry points are the pullbacks to support and resistance. That's these areas, that's these areas, and that's the trend lines and the trend channel lines. And remember, these are support and resistance areas. They're just slanted. They're no different than these right here. They're just at an angle, and they're always there. Sometimes they're harder to find than other times, but they're always there. And so if you continually play with the lines and move it around, and you'll get better at this. It's like an artwork. I wasn't always this good at finding the lines, but after doing it for spending thousands of hours looking at the screen and playing with it, it's come to me. So, and it will come to you with time and experience. So remember my analogy about the flying an airplane or whatever. You couldn't get if you've never flown before, you couldn't get in an airplane today and probably take off and land safely. It just wouldn't happen. But if you fly for several years and you take lessons and you practice, eventually you could probably get in the plane and take off and land it. And but you can't do it immediately. It's no different trading, and if you think it is, you're just fooling yourself. So put your practice time in, do your study time, and be patient, and just keep working at it, and you will get better. But this is Mac with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and we're done for the day. We'll see you tomorrow.